Good afternoon, children. Very good afternoon. Had your lunch? Yes. Then now you are not at all writing, not at all reading in home because no school, right? But now all the teachers are taking a class for your 4th standard student. Write a classwork, write a homework, and we are giving a test also. You should write in home and send through your parents. In a last class, I took a class for 4th standard, science subject, second lesson, adaptation in plants. Which lesson? Second lesson, adaptation in plants. Today's date 11th of August. Mention in your notebook. Already you learned adaptation in plants means terrestrial plants, aquatic plants. The plants which are growing on land, that is called terrestrial. The plants which will grow in a water, that is aquatic plants. And how the plants grow in a plain area, hilly area, desert area, that you know. Now the next part, page number 197. Page number 197. Page number 197. We will see plants in areas of high rainfall. Plants like rubber, teak, pepper, cashew nut grow in places where there is a high rainfall. These plants have lot of leaves. They do not shed their leaves, so they are called evergreen plants. Some other plants like cotton, rice and sugarcane also grow here. See, they do not shed their leaves, means the leaves will not fall. It will not destroy. The plants like rubber. See, they given the picture here, rubber tree, rice, wheat and teak. These are the pictures. When you are going for higher classes, you will know about this, okay? Okay. In this heavy rainfall, these plants will grow in a heavy rainfall where the rain is too heavy, like Madikeri, Chikmagalur, Kerala, okay, Kashmir, the snow will be there now. In that heavy rainfall places, the teak, rice, wheat, cashew nut, you are eating now cashew nut, sugarcane, rubber tree, we are getting eraser now, that only we are getting from that rubber tree. These type of trees will grow in a heavy rainfall places, heavy rain places. Okay, so next is plants in muddy swamps. We will see plants in muddy swamps. Here is a mango tree, it grows in a muddy swamps. There are marshy places, the soil is very sticky and clayey and has a lots of water in it. Air cannot reach the roots. So, it is very difficult for plants to grow here. But then how does this tree adapt itself to these conditions? The tree has roots that grow outside of the soil. They are called breathing roots. They absorb the air that the trees need. See, swamps means wetland. See, page number 198. See the tree, mango tree, mangrove tree. See now, in this area, the roots are outside. Have you seen that mangrove tree? The roots are outside. When the roots are outside, that type of trees we call it as breathing roots. Is it? The roots are outside, not inside the earth, inside the land. It is, the roots are outside the land, that is called as breathing roots. Means it is getting air. In that muddy swamps means wetlands. Muddy swamps means wetlands. In wetlands, inside, if roots are there, it not get the air, means it is not getting a air. So that mangrove tree in a wetlands, the roots are outside. It is very difficult for it. Okay. So the mangrove tree will grow near the muddy swamps. Okay. This is where the plants are growing. So next we go to plants in coastal areas. Coastal areas means what? Where the sea and the land place are there, that is called as coastal region. Is it? You can see a lot of coconut trees growing in a coastal areas where the water is salty, it is extremely hot there, the soil is sandy and the air has lot of water vapor. These places also get a heavy rainfall. A coconut tree has a strong and flexible stem and long roots which grow deep into the ground, and thick shiny leaves formed of many long stripes to tolerate strong winds and reflect strong sunlight. See, coastal areas means where the sea and the land are together. See in the picture, in that places coconut tree will grow more. In that places we are getting more coconut tree. We may see that more coconut trees because it is having a flexible stem, strong stem it is having, and it is having a smooth leaves, bunch of leaves are there that help us to absorb the sunlight because it grows too tall. So it is easy to absorb the sunlight, and roots also grow deep into the ground. The roots will grow deep into the ground. It is getting a more air because air is getting evaporated. The sea water will get evaporated easily because it is a hot place. Coastal means it is a hot place. Soon it will evaporate. So in the coastal areas, coconut trees will grow. Okay, next, how adaptation in aquatic plants. Up to this now, we learned about a terrestrial plant. Now we go for aquatic plants. How the aquatic plants will grow? Aquatic plants will grow. See, adaptation in aquatic plants. Aquatic plants are of three kinds. First one is floating plants, fixed plants, underwater plants. There are three types: floating, fixed plant, underwater plant. First we will see floating plants. Water, hythnic and duckweed are plants that float on water. Do you know what helps them to do this? They have light and spongy stems that help them to float on water. See, they have light and spongy stem. The stem is very lightweight. It is not heavy. It is not heavy. The stems are also too soft. Spongy stems means it is a sponge like. For that sake, it will float on water. It will float like this on water. That the example, which plants it is? Duckweed and water hythnic. These are the two plants that will float on a water. Second is fixed plant. What do you mean by fixed plant? See now. Water lily and lotus are the plants that have their roots fixed to the bed of the pond. The stem are thin, long and hollow. These help the plants to reach the surface of the water. The leaves are broad and flat with a waxy coating on the surface to prevent them from rotting. See, fixed plants means water lily and lotus. See in the picture they given already. Fixed plant means the lotus and the water lily are the plants of aquatic adaptations, how they are growing. It is fixed in the bed of the pond area, water area, standing water. In that pond, the water lily and the lotus will grow because it is having a thin stem and a long hollow stem. It is having long hollow stem it is having, it will go inside the pond. It is growing inside the pond. The leaves are also broad and flat. The leaves are also broad, means it is too big. Broad and flat with a waxy coating. Waxy coating means like a candle is there, no? Candle and camphor. If we spray the water also, it will stand droplets. It will not destroy the leaves. For their sake, it is having a waxy coating on a leaves. So next, underwater plants. Next is underwater plants. You see, underwater plants. Underwater plants means tape, grass, pondweed and some plants which are completely submerged in water. They have thin narrow leaves which arises in clusters from the roots. They have no stomata, so the plants take in air directly through their body surface. There are many other plants that show different adaptation. You will know about them in a higher classes. See, the tape grass and a pondweed. Tape grass and a pondweed. See, tape grass and pondweed. These are the two underwater plants. Underwater means it will submerge, it will dip. It is growing under the sea, inside the sea. These are the two plants. So many are there, but we will study about adaptation of other aquatic plants we will see in a higher classes. These are the two plants that submerged, they will grow inside the water. It is not having a stomata part, means it is not getting a carbon dioxide, or it can't leave the oxygen also. For that sake, by the body surface only, it is absorbing the air. Understood? It is having a thin and narrow leaves, which having a cluster of roots. Okay, this is all about the second lesson adaptation in plants. The notes I will send through the WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.